gonna be a fun book launch. I just have to tell you that. You know, my book is gonna be out in less than a week, Food Babe Kitchen. If you guys haven't seen it, it's right here. It's beautiful, it's all color, and 100 amazing recipes. Every single recipe has a photo, and it's coming out. And you can get it now at foodbabekitchen.com or anywhere books are sold. And I'm giving away, this is something I've never done before, giving away 12 months of meal plans when you order this. All you have to do is go to foodbabekitchen.com to get those meal plans and a pantry list of every single thing in my pantry. But you have to order before Tuesday in order to get that. So if you're planning to get this cookbook, get it now, especially while you're on Amazon and doing all that Prime shopping and stuff. So, all right. But back to diets. Let's talk about diets. Okay, so earlier today, I shared a photo, and you can guys go look at it. It's a photo, and I'm in my early 20s. I'm either 19 or 20 in that photo. And it is a photo that brings me so much pain when I look at it. And every time I look at it, it doesn't matter how many times I've seen it. And I don't have a lot of photos from that era because we didn't have phones and we didn't have all the digital technology and stuff that we have today. And so I didn't keep, I'm 41 years old. So that was like 20 years ago. So I only have whatever I found at my parents' house, and I have through old boxes and stuff in the garage. I don't really have much from that time period. Luckily, my best friend and others have found photos and given them to me, but I wasn't really good at keeping everything in albums or anything like that. So I only have like a few photos of that time where I was about to hit rock bottom. It was shortly about maybe a year after that or a year and a half after that I hit rock bottom, that I was overweight, I was sick, I was on so many prescription drugs, feeling really awful about myself. And I was in this constant cycle of, how do I lose weight, right? What do I do? And I remember being next to my coworker who was on Weight Watchers, and she taught me about the point system, and she was, looking good, and she was losing weight. And I said, gosh, this seems perfect for me. And so I bought all the Weight Watchers products. I started counting these points and counting calories. And there's these big box of red vines on my boss's desk that she would always keep there. And it was one of those Costco tubs, like tubs, it was like a big round tub of red vines, which is like the, I guess, knockoff of Twizzler or whatever. And she told me, she said, Bonnie, those red vines are only 1 point. Only 1 point. And I got I don't remember how many points that I would get per day or whatever, but I would get something like, I don't know, 18 or 19 or 20 points a day or something like that. And it was just a different way to count calories. So I thought, I could eat these Twizzlers, right? Or red vines. Well, those red vines were full of artificial food dyes linked to hyperactivity and skin issues and eczema, all the things that I had. And then also, not only that, they were just full of sugar, right? And no one, the point system really didn't teach me about ingredients. And so I kept looking elsewhere for diets, because that diet just ended up not working for me, because I kept falling into this trap where by the end of the day I used up all my points and it was dinner time. And I was like, oh crap, what am I gonna eat? And, and 0 points were like, lettuce or whatever, and that didn't hold me over. And so then I would just binge eat at night, and it was just this endless yo-yo cycling. And then what I did was I started to find other diets to follow, the Atkins diet and all of these other diets that were the fad diets that would come out every single year. And I would find myself doing these programs, looking at the fat grams, looking at the calories, looking at the amount of fiber in a product. You know, I remember being hooked to all these Fiber One products because it was like, oh, I gotta get fiber in my diet. No, that's not how you get fiber in your diet, by eating all this processed food. You eat it by eating real fruits and vegetables. And it was when I finally hit rock bottom, was in the hospital, getting an organ taken out of my body, that I made the decision that what I was doing wasn't working. And I had to find a different way. And so I started to channel all this energy that I had learned in high school, where I was a top tier debater. I was #1 in state 3 years in a row. I was recruited to college to be in debate. So I was a good debater. I really knew how to research and make my point, whether it was on the affirmative or negative. And I think that's what makes me such a good activist, right? A good food activist, because I'm able to convince food manufacturers they need to change. And be able to communicate my ideas in a way that allow you guys to quickly understand what's going on, which is why we're so powerful together and why we've been able to change so many companies. But what I did was I took that energy, that, you know, everything that I learned to do in debate, which was to research, and I applied that to my health. And one of the first books that I started reading had this concept in it, and it just made total sense to me. And then at that point, I just kind of never looked back. And what he said was, in this book, it was Gabriel Cousens, and the book is called Conscious Eating. And it was a raw food book, really. It's basically a raw food diet. And I'm not on a raw food diet, but I eat a lot of raw foods because I want to eat foods that are unadulterated by the food industry, right? You want to eat a lot of those so that, you know, there's no chemicals or anything in them. So you're getting the true nutrition. But he said to me, he said in this book, that the majority of foods on the grocery store shelves are dead. And that's exactly how I was feeling. Dead. Like a zombie. And I was like, what in the world have I been eating? And I went and looked at the ingredients, and I looked at what all the things that I was buying, the lean cuisines in the freezer, all of that stuff. And I couldn't believe how many chemicals were in these foods, how many ingredients I didn't understand or didn't know what they were. And it was all dead food I was eating. It was all packaged processed stuff. It was stuff out of the freezer aisle or from the other aisles, not from the perimeter where you should be shopping, all the fresh fruits and vegetables and the meats and the cheeses and the dairy, you know. And it was disgusting, my diet, actually. And so I slowly started to make some changes. And when I made these changes, not only did my body change, I went off every single prescription drug and taught myself how to cook for the first time in my mid-20s. I remember I had never even made oatmeal before my mid-20s. My husband, who I was dating at the time, taught me how to make oatmeal. And now it's a recipe in my new cookbook. It's my one minute oatmeal, 1 minute steel cut oatmeal recipe in here. But anyways, that we eat almost every day. It's so good. But I had to teach myself how to cook, and I wasn't a chef, and I didn't have any schooling or nutritional background or anything. And every single bit of weight that I had gained went away. My skin cleared up. I had no more issues with stomach aches, no more issue with asthma, no more issue with any of my allergies that I had. It was miraculous. So miraculous that everyone around me was like, what are you doing? We want a piece of that, right? We want to learn from you. Like, what is this green drink you're drinking now? And so that's how Food Babe was started, was to just teach my friends and my family around me what I was doing and what I was changing and all the recipes I was making. And now I have all of those recipes available in Food Babe Kitchen for you guys to have as part of your kitchen, and all the things that I make on a daily basis and eat, and all the things that my family's eating. And it's just so beautiful to see this come to life, and it's such a personal piece of me to you. And I just hope and pray, and the reason I do this work is so that nobody else is ever gonna feel like a zombie or dead like I used to feel for most of my life, being hopped on prescription drugs, feeling sick and overweight and not good about myself. And that's why I do what I do. And this is a lifestyle. If you want to get off the yo-yo diet train, this is the lifestyle to follow. It's the real food lifestyle. It's not the give up, carbohydrates this week lifestyle. It's not the, oh, I can't eat dairy that week lifestyle. It's not the, oh, I have to give up sugar for the rest of my life lifestyle. Or I have to be on this really strict keto plan lifestyle. It's not about that. And it's about enjoying the foods that you love to eat in a healthful way. And that's why I recreated a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich in this book, and homemade Doritos, and chicken wings, and tacos, and all the things we love to eat, and Mexican pizza. That's actually one of the recipes in here. And right now there's this crazy campaign happening at Taco Bell where people are campaigning to keep a very toxic menu item on their menu, which is just so crazy to me, when they can just make a Mexican pizza that tastes amazing with real ingredients at home really fast, actually. And, these recipes aren't things that, you have to be Julia Child to make. This is for everyday people and everyday moms out there that are busy and crazy with their kids and everyday dads and everyday people. So I'm so excited to bring that to you. So anyways, just wanted to give you that little background on the picture I shared earlier today. Again, that is a before picture of when I was about 20 years ago. And it was my, right before my rock bottom moment. Excuse me, drinking some green tea mint here. But I just wanted to give you this background and give you some motivation. If you're looking to change your life, get off the diet train, start a new lifestyle, try the Food Babe way, try the Food Babe Kitchen. The first 55 pages of that book, Food Babe Kitchen, is all on how to remake your kitchen. Throw out all the bad ingredients, do a pantry purge, stock with the good ingredients, everything you need to cook with, everything you need to store with, how to reheat your food safely, everything. All the different things, mistakes that I see my loved ones make all the time, I had to write about in this book. And I just can't wait for everyone to have this in their kitchen and share it with their families. And yesterday, I gave a copy to my daughter's dance teacher. My daughter keeps asking about it. She keeps asking, she goes, Mommy, why did you give your book to Miss K? Why did you give your book to Miss K? And I said, well, I want everyone to have these recipes in their kitchen. I want them to make all the yummy things that you like to eat in their kitchen too. And it's so much fun to share this. And we're changing people's lives by giving them access to all of these amazing ingredients and recipes. And she looks at me, with her little, deer eyes, 3 years old. And she's just like, oh, okay. And I said, later today, let's sign some more books and hand them out to the neighbors. And she says, okay. And she's like, all the neighbors? And I said, well, we have a few books we can hand out. Yeah, I don't know about every single one of our neighbors, but yeah, I want everyone to have this access to this book and all the recipes. And I just can't wait for you guys to have this in your kitchen. But it's gonna be out just in a couple days. So get your pre-orders and I'll send you those meal plans today and that pantry list. So if you just go to foodbabekitchen.com and put in your details of where you ordered your book and all that stuff, and we'll send it to you right away. And it's my gift to you guys for helping support this pre-launch and for getting the word out about this book, because I really do want it to change lives. And that's the whole purpose of my work. And I just want to thank you for standing with me and supporting that. And I just hope this helps you in your journey for health. Okay, I love you guys. I'm gonna be back tomorrow, and we're just gonna do like a really fun Q&A. We can probably do it around the same time. So if you're watching now, be on the lookout. We can just do like a fun Q&A so I can answer like all the questions. But I have to get ready for another podcast in a minute, so I gotta go. But love you guys, and we will talk soon.